What if I told you that the reason you're stuck in English is because you're still thinking in Spanish? I know it sounds harsh, but be honest. How many times have you heard a phrase in English and translated it word by word in your head before speaking? That slow mental process, that moment of hesitation, it's the enemy of fluency. And here's the kicker. Fluent speakers aren't translating. They're thinking directly in English. They're not reaching for the dictionary in their brain. They're living in the language. Welcome back to Funkitalk, podcast where English learning stops being boring and starts being real. Today, we're not just going to talk about thinking in English. We're going to break the mental walls holding you back, and I'm going to show you step by step how to unlock the mindset of true fluency. So let's start with the truth most learners don't want to hear. You won't become fluent just by learning more words. You become fluent when you change the way your brain works. But how? How do you shift your mind from translation mode to English mode? Let's get into it. Thinking in English is not a magical skill. It's a habit that you train like a muscle. When you learned your native language as a child, no one gave you grammar books. You didn't sit down and memorize conjugation tables. You heard words. You associated them with things, emotions, actions. You absorbed the language. And eventually, you didn't think about it. You just used it. So what does that mean for you now? It means that to start thinking in English, you have to expose yourself to it consistently, but not passively, not with subtitles on and your brain in sleep mode. You need to make English your inner voice. Let's try something simple right now. Look around you. Pick one object. Just one. Now describe it in English. Don't worry about making a perfect sentence. Just name it. Then describe it using what you know. For example, this is a chair. It's brown. It looks comfortable. That's it. You've just thought in English. Now imagine doing that all day. Every time you grab your phone. This is my phone. I'm checking my messages. Every time you see someone. He's walking fast. He looks tired. These are thought exercises. Little moments that rewire your brain. The goal isn't perfection. It's habit. And once that habit is in place, the magic begins. Here's the next level. Start narrating your actions. Yes, out loud. Or in your head if you're in public. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. When you wake up, I'm getting out of bed. I'm brushing my teeth. When you cook, I'm chopping onions. Pan is hot. I'm adding olive oil. You are living your English. And that's when your brain starts to accept it as your language, not just a subject you study. Is it weird? First, yes. Is it powerful? Absolutely. Because every time you describe your world in English, you build fluency without realizing it. And this is the real secret. Fluency is not built in classrooms. It's built in your everyday life. Now let's talk about a common trap. The fear of making mistakes. So many learners think, I can't think in English. I don't know enough words. But guess what? You don't need perfect vocabulary to think in English. You need functional vocabulary. Say it simple. Say it with the words you know. You can say I'm hungry instead of I'm famished. You can say I don't like it instead of I find it unpleasant. Simple English is real English. And when you embrace that, your brain feels less pressure. It stops waiting for the perfect phrase and just flows. 'Cause fluency isn't about saying it perfectly. It's about saying it fast enough to keep up with life. Let me share something with you. There's a point in every learner's journey when English stops being something they translate and becomes something they feel. You know that moment when you hear a song lyric and you don't translate it, you just get it? That's fluency knocking on your door. When you watch a series and laugh at the joke without checking subtitles, you've stepped into a new level. It's not magic. It's muscle memory. And you build it by thinking in English, even when no one's watching. Especially when no one's watching. Here's a powerful technique. Use your inner voice. The voice in your head. Make it speak English. When you're walking, thinking, planning, try to do it in English. I have to buy bread. I should call my friend. I hope it doesn't rain today. These phrases might seem small, but they are gold, because they're the voice of your real life. The more your inner voice speaks English, the less room you give to translation. And slowly your brain switches languages. You stop being a translator. You become a thinker. In English, let's address a myth. You don't need to move to an English-speaking country to think in English. That's an excuse. You can build an English world right where you are. Change your phone language. Follow English creators. Watch shows without subtitles. Talk to yourself in English. Read out loud. Surround yourself with the language until your brain stops noticing it's foreign. You become fluent when English stops being study time and starts being your default mode. Not perfect, just natural. Just like you don't think about breathing, you just do it. That's where we're heading. Now, what if I told you that thinking in English is the first step to dreaming in English? Yes, that's possible. Starts as a thought and becomes your reality. But you need consistency. You need to show up every day. Not for hours. 4 minutes. One phrase. One action. One inner thought at a time. And little by little, you stop sounding like someone learning English and start sounding like someone living in it. So, are you thinking in English yet? If not, today is your day to begin. No big promises. No pressure. Just start. One sentence. One thought. One step toward fluency. Let your brain make mistakes. Let your voice sound weird. Let yourself feel awkward. 'Cause fluency is not about perfection. It's about freedom. And when you start thinking in English, you stop learning the language and start owning it. This is Funkitalk. And this is how fluency begins.